everything seemed perfect at first. They were charming, interesting, maybe even a little mysterious. But now, it feels like you're constantly chasing someone who keeps pulling away. One day they're warm, the next they're ice cold. You're left confused, questioning if you did something wrong. If this sounds familiar, you might be dating someone with avoidant attachment. Let's talk about the signs so you can understand what's really happening and decide if this is a relationship you want to stay in. Avoidant attachment develops when someone's early caregivers were emotionally unavailable, dismissive, or overly focused on independence. As children, these individuals learned that expressing emotional needs led to rejection or shame. So they adapted by suppressing those needs entirely. They became hyper-self-reliant. As adults, people with avoidant attachment crave connection just like anyone else. But intimacy triggers deep discomfort. Their nervous system perceives closeness as a threat to their autonomy. This creates a painful dynamic. They want love, but when they get it, they instinctively push it away. If you're dating someone like this, it's not about you, it's about their internal wiring. But that doesn't mean you have to accept breadcrumbs. Let's look at the signs. Sign 1. They keep you at arm's length. Emotionally, conversations stay surface level. They'll talk about work, hobbies, or logistics. But the moment you ask about their feelings or their past, they deflect, shut down, or change the subject. They might say things like, "I don't really do deep conversations," or "I'm just not an emotional person." This isn't because they don't have emotions. It's because vulnerability feels terrifying. Sharing feelings means letting you in, and letting you in means risking dependency, which their nervous system interprets as dangerous. You might feel like you're dating a stranger, even months into the relationship, because they never fully let their guard down. Sign 2. They pull away when things get serious. Things are going great. You're connecting, spending more time together, maybe even talking about the future. Then, suddenly, they disappear. They stop texting as much, cancel plans, become emotionally distant. This is called deactivating. When the relationship starts feeling too close or committed, their attachment system activates a threat response. They need space to regulate. The problem is, they often don't communicate this clearly. Instead, they just withdraw, leaving you confused and anxious. This push-pull pattern, getting close, then pulling back, is one of the hallmark signs of avoidant attachment. Sign 3. They value independence above everything. They pride themselves on not needing anyone. They might brag about being self-sufficient, low maintenance, or emotionally strong. They often have a packed schedule filled with solo activities, hobbies, or work. This isn't inherently bad. Independence is healthy. But with avoidant attachment, it becomes extreme. They resist interdependence. The idea of relying on you or having you rely on them feels suffocating. They might say things like, "I don't want to lose myself in a relationship," or "I need my space." What they're really saying is, "Intimacy scares me, so I keep everyone at a distance to protect myself." Sign 4. They have a long list of crazy exes. Listen carefully to how they talk about past relationships. Do they describe every ex as too needy, too emotional, or clingy? This is a red flag. While it's possible they genuinely dated incompatible people, it's more likely that anyone who wanted normal emotional closeness felt like too much to them. People with avoidant attachment often frame their ex's reasonable needs for connection as unreasonable demands. They also tend to leave relationships before they get too serious. So their dating history might be filled with short-term flings or relationships that never quite took off. If they can't take any responsibility for past relationship failures, that's a sign they lack self-awareness about their attachment patterns. Sign 5. They're uncomfortable with your emotions when you're upset, stressed, or vulnerable. They don't know how to respond. They might minimize your feelings. It's not that big of a deal, or offer solutions instead of empathy. They might even get frustrated or annoyed, making you feel like you're being too much. This happens because emotional expression was discouraged in their childhood. They learned to suppress feelings and expect others to do the same. Your emotions trigger discomfort because they don't have the tools to process or hold space for them. Over time, you might find yourself hiding your feelings to avoid their withdrawal, which creates a relationship where you can't be your authentic self. Sign 6. They're hot and cold. Unpredictably, one week, they're texting you constantly, making plans, being affectionate. The next week, radio silence. This inconsistency is maddening, and it's intentional, though often unconscious. When they feel safe and in control of the distance, they can show up. But the moment they sense you're getting too comfortable or expecting consistency, they retreat. This keeps you off balance and prevents the relationship from developing stable intimacy. You're always wondering where you stand, which keeps you anxiously focused on them. Ironically, this dynamic often attracts people with anxious attachment, creating a toxic cycle of pursuit and withdrawal. Sign 7. They avoid labels and commitment conversations. You've been dating for months, maybe even a year, but they still won't call you their girlfriend or boyfriend. They avoid the "what are we" conversation like the plague. They might say, "Why do we need to label it?" Or, "I just want things to stay casual and organic." While some people genuinely prefer to take things slow, avoidant individuals use ambiguity as a shield. Committing to a label means acknowledging the relationship is real and important, which makes it harder to leave if they feel suffocated. By keeping things undefined, they maintain an escape route. If you're constantly initiating conversations about the future and they're constantly dodging them, you're likely dealing with avoidant attachment. So, did several of these signs hit close to home? Here's what you need to know. People with avoidant attachment aren't incapable of love. They can change, but only if they recognize their patterns and do the work to heal. You cannot fix them. You cannot love them into security. If you're constantly feeling anxious, confused, or like you're walking on eggshells, that's not a healthy relationship. You deserve someone who's available, consistent, and willing to meet you halfway. If your partner acknowledges their avoidant tendencies and actively works on them, there's hope. But if they're in denial or unwilling to change, you're signing up for a lifetime of emotional starvation. Choose yourself. Choose someone who doesn't make you question your worth. You're not asking for too much. You're asking for the basics of a healthy relationship.